Farm Season 2, Week 3, and we have our game against Banana Lord, coach of the Minnesota Manectrics. So, very scary squad, and he's actually one of the owners of the Draft League World Series. I've uploaded quite a few speed tournaments and the Draft League World Series Season 1. Haven't uploaded my playoff match yet, though. But he is one of the guys in charge of that, come up with the concept and things like that. So I've been keen on playing him. Haven't had the opportunity. We haven't been any of the speed tours together, and when we haven't been matched up. So that being said, we're finally in a league together, and my man didn't want to play one night while we were under the influence. So he. He said he was taking the league serious, so I built a pretty serious squad versus him as well, and we're going to hop into that. So, first of all, we're going to talk about his draft. He's got Tropius, as you can see, as the first Pokemon there. That was his captain, which gave him a lot of cap, a lot of room for more money and stuff like that to spend on other mons. So, as you can see, he's got Zygarde 50% and Heatran, two mons that pair really well together. He's got the Zapdos and Superior and the Mega Pinsir. So Mega Pinsir and Zapdos together is really nice too. Slowbro, Azumarill, Scolipede, Conkeldurr, Stakataka, and the Persian. So he's got some nice speed pass options there. He's got some nice trick room options. He's got nice hazards options with Toxapex and things like that. He's got some nice setup options in Dragonance, Zygarde, Belly Drum, Azu, Swords Dance, Scolipede, Speed Boost, Scolipede, Trick Room, Calm Mind, Slowbro, Swords Dance, Mega Pinsir, and not to mention Superior's Leaf Storm boost, which takes no Calm Mind thanks to its contrary ability. So a really, really nice squad on his part, and he's got a pretty decent matchup. I wouldn't say either of us have a super edge over the other. I think it's pretty balanced here. We have Mega Alakazam, Celesteela, Hydreigon, Nidoqueen, Greninja, Comfey, Suicune, Decidueye, Oricorio, Mega Charizard X, and Yanmega, where Mega Alakazam is our captain. So we both have access to Z moves on any of our Pokemon, and that gives my opponent a lot of nice techs to run versus us, but it also gives us some nice techs versus him as well. So that being said, we're going to hop into the squad here. We have Mega Alakazam with a Modest Nature, able to run Modest and still outpace all the way up to Superior, and everything below, which is everything. Mega Alakazam is really fast. That's with a Modest Nature and only 88 speed EVs. So we're able to run a Modest Nature like I just mentioned, but we're not max special attack. First of all, we were afforded to simulate a max special attack timid Mega Alakazam, and we were able to even go further beyond that with max health, or max HP I should say, with EVs and our hit points all the way to 248. So that's a very, very bulky Mega Alakazam. With the Magic Guard ability pre-Mega Evolution, so we don't take any kind of hazards or toxic or burn damage or anything like that. And then Trace. So some cool things that we can trace on his squad is the Flash Fire on Heatran and the Speed Boost on the Scolipede. Sheer Force on the Conkeldurr is pretty nice. Regenerator on Slowbro is pretty cool. So and even the Beast Boost on the Stakataka. So lots of nice options there. Pretty cool. And our moveset is Psychic, Shadow Ball, and Hidden Power Ground. Psychic's pretty self-explanatory. It's stab, hits like a truck with base 175 base special attack. We have a Shadow Ball for Slowbro, pretty much the only thing we have Shadow Ball for. We have Hidden Power Ground for the Heatran and the Stakataka, which otherwise resist Psychic. And those are pretty much Okos, depending on his sets. If they're not Shuka, if I've got the prior damage, if he's not max special attack or special defense. Hidden Power Ground is pretty much a Oko or 2-hit KO on Heatran and Stakataka at all times, which is really nice. Next up, we have Celesteela, which is a defensive variant. We got mixed defenses here to try to take on things like Serb, take on Mega Pinsir as well, Slowbro, and Scolipede. Try to take on all of those mons with leftovers and Leech Seed, Protect, Earthquake, and Toxic. So with these moves, we should be able to pretty comfortably handle all those mons with support from the rest of our mons. So mixed defenses, like I said, check out my EV spread down below in the description. Um, Next up we have Hydreigon, which again it was afforded to simulate a max special attack timid nature with modest and minimal speed investment and quite a bit of HP investment. Once again, simulating that I'm a bulky Hydreigon. Allows me to take Leaf Storm into a +2 Leaf Storm from Superior. It's pretty nice. Can take a +2 Quick Attack from Mega Pinsir. Heatran can't ever knock me out with Lava Plume, crits, or anything like that. I don't have to worry about that. Now, if he's Corkscrew Crash, that's a little bit different story. So yeah, that's really nice. We have Dark Pulse, which hits pretty much his entire squad outside of the ZAMCRO, which I'm not sure if the ZAMCRO will actually even come. My opponent has a hard time versus my squad locking himself into any one move. I do have Celesteela, which resists Play Rough, Hydreigon, which resists Waterfall, Nidoqueen, which resists Play Rough, Greninja, which resists Waterfall, Suicune resists Waterfall, Decidueye resists Waterfall, Oricorio Fire resists Play Rough, Zard is neutral on both, and the Yanmega can speed boost and things like that. So I didn't think he would bring Azu, and if he did, I felt like he'd bring a Trick Room variant, or not a Trick Room variant, but one that is like Life Orb under Trick Room. So Life Orb is a little bit less threatening, not in the sense that it doesn't do as much damage, but in the sense that it's taking its own life little by little, which is really nice for me. Yeah, that being said, I don't expect Azu, but if it does come, I should be in an okay position anyway. So we've got Dark Pulse and Earth Power as our only two moves to get damage off, and I guess Dark Pulse doesn't do much to Conkeldurr either. But again, I felt like my team matched up pretty decent versus that. So we've got Earth Power there again for the Heatran. It's pretty much an Oko stack attack, and pretty much an Oko. So decided not to run like a Life Orb or anything, and only boost our Dark type moves with the Dread Plate. Pretty cool set in my opinion. Next up we have Nidoqueen, which is our designated Stealth Rocker with Earth Power and Sludge Wave. Hits his entire team, and our last move being Roar. We are max HP, max def. Takes on the Zapdos pretty well, and can take Leaf Storm into the Leaf Storm from Superior. So that's pretty nice as well. With the Sheer Force, we do knock out Serp from full with Sludge Wave, unless it's bulky. Same thing for Heatran, which is pretty nice for me. Next up we have Greninja, which is a Choice Scarf U-turn variant, once again, with Hydro Pump, Dark Pulse, and Ice Beam. Pretty much the only coverage I needed versus his squad. I felt like Hydro Pump versus things that are neutral was my best case scenario, and Dark Pulse versus things that it's super effective versus, such as the Slowbro, and then Ice Beam for the Serp. It's nice versus Revenge Killing, the Zygarde, Zapdos, Mega Pinsir, and things like that. So should be a nice bring there. And last but not least, we have Suicune. I'm actually speed creeping a max speed Heatran just to be safe. And then we've got Scald, Ice Beam, Protect, and Roar with leftovers. So Protect not only takes a PP from Leaf Storm, but it also allows me to get leftovers back for one turn and then switch accordingly. Same thing versus Zapdos. I do have pressure, so any kind of attacks, losing PP is really nice. Same thing for Heatran, especially if it's like Magma Storm only has 8 PP or something like that. It's really, really nice for me. And it allows me to check and see if Azu wants to lock itself into Play Rough, in which I can switch into Nidoqueen or Celesteela if he does decide to bring it. But yeah, that being said, we can go ahead and hop into the game now and see what happens in the replay. Alright, so who wrote the replay? My opponent chooses to bring Stack Attacka, Zapdos, Azumarill, the Zygarde 50%, Heatran, and the Superior. So pretty scary squad. I noticed that he only has 2 potential Stealth Rockers, being the Stack Attacka and the Heatran in this matchup. So it was likely that he led off with one of them. It wasn't likely that he led off with something like Azu or Zygarde or anything like that, though. So looking at the rest of his squad, I felt like I could lead off with Greninja, I could U-turn, I could lead off with Hydreigon, and maybe just click Taunt. depending on what my opponent wants to lead with. So I'm just going to see what my opponent wants to lead with, as I do lead off with my Greninja, and he does lead with the Azu for some reason. I'm not sure why. I guess he felt it was like sort of a weak link, and I'm able to U-turn out here, and I go out into my Celesteela, and he gets a critical hit. So that's really unfortunate, as my opponent not only gets a crit there, but like he's afforded to attack again. He could switch out predicting my protect. He could switch out predicting my lead sheet as well. He did reveal to be choice banded there, and got a critical hit with superpower. So that's really, really unfortunate for me. And my opponent goes into superior here as I just click Earthquake, wanting to get damage off on what I thought he would switch in was the Heatran or the Stack Attacker. And I'm going to hard switch out into Nidoqueen here, and it does 31%. So I'll be able to live the next one pretty comfortably as well, within the 10% range. And I go for the Sludge Wave here versus the Superior. I couldn't let it just straight up sweep me. Had to get a little bit of damage off there. And he goes into Heatran, immune to the Sludge Wave. Gets his rocks up as I get my rocks up. And then we both reveal Shuka Berry as we both go for the Earth Power. And here I'm actually going to stay in and go for the Earth Power once again, as my opponent pulls a switch out to the Zygarde 50% this turn. And it does a nice 30, so I know he's not going to sub up on me. But just to be safe, I wanted to make sure, as he does go for the 1,000 arrows, knocks me out. So kind of a fast-paced game. I'm going to go into Suicune here and either roar him out or click Ice Beam. I click Ice Beam to get damage off on whatever he switched in. Weaken into Azu really opens up holes for Hydreigon in the late game. And I am Dread Plate with, more than max special attack timid power. So that's really nice. I got the modest nature there. So the idea is to just weaken the Azu here. He is able to 2-hit KO me with Play Rough, but now I can come in and revenge kill that with my Mega Alakazam, knowing he can't go for the Aqua Jet, and knowing that Psychic is a 2-hit KO on his entire squad at this point. So you see that damage there does 27%, easily going to knock him out at 3%, and Mega Alakazam showing how powerful it truly is. So here he brings in the Zygarde 50%, and I can take a Banded Extreme Speed, but Banded Extreme Speed into Banded Aqua Jet will knock me out, and I don't want to be in range of Aqua Jet, so I am going to hard switch out here. I'm going to go into Celesteela, and after Stealth Rocks plus Extreme Speed, I'm just in range of a following Extreme Speed. So I'm not sure if he was going to go for it, but I didn't click Protect there, just in case he had sub or switched out or something like that. I wanted to get at least some damage off, but he's able to knock me out. However, Extreme Speed is not going to be able to 2-hit KO my Hydreigon, so I'm able to get damage off, plus Roost back up, and my opponent's going to bring in the Stack Attacker here, and I'm going to reveal the Earth Power, as my opponent makes a really good play and doubles out into the Zapdos, scouting for the Earth Power. And now he sees I have it, so I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse here, just to put this thing in range of Psychic from Mega Alakazam, or Surf from Greninja. Because at this point, his entire team is getting in range of Surf and Psychic or Ice Beam from Greninja or Alakazam. Here I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse. I don't have a reason to switch out. Sub only puts him further in range of not only Dark Pulse, but Ice Beam, Surf from Greninja, and Alakazam. So at this point, Surf is looking like a nice cleanup as well. I only need to get damage on this with Alakazam now. I can just come in and click Psychic here, as my opponent will be in range of Surf at that point. But he actually sacks off the Zapdos. He's going to go into his Zygarde 50% here, which will give me, which will force him to Extreme Speed, give me the Zygarde, and now he's forced to give me another Mon as well. He goes into a Stack Attacker. I do have the Hidden Power, and I get another critical hit there. So, by my calcs, if he was max HP, that was a roll in my favor, I believe. Or if he was max HP, the minimum it did was 103%. So if he was max HP with Spadef investment, it was a roll. And it was a roll in my favor regardless at that range. So I don't know if the crit actually mattered. It was a roll regardless, is what Banana said. So it didn't mean too much, as he would have been in range of Psychic anyway. He couldn't one-shot Greninja. And Serp's obviously in range of Alakazam, and I'm able to pick up the last knockout with Mega Alakazam, putting in the work. And yeah, it was a really nice game. It was fun to play Banana. We both played pretty offensive, the Azu came in and it was claiming lives left and right. Got a big crit in the early match. But yeah, that's going to be it. Let me know what you guys thought about the prep and the plays on both sides of the field. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.